The company and the union objectives are in alignment. We both want our employees to be happy with what they do. We recognize that you spend so many hours at work. If it's something that you enjoy, and if you're working with people that you enjoy, it's not going to feel like work.
Since 1971, Southwest Airlines has been the most free-spirited and fun-loving airline in the United States. They started small, just 3 planes and a cheeky attitude, but they grew to become the 4th largest airline in America, flying more than 64 million passengers a year. In an industry known for turbulence both in the air and in its boardrooms, Southwest's performance speaks for itself. Southwest is the USA's only consistently profitable major carrier. It has the best customer service record for baggage handling, for on-time performance, the least customer complaints, it canceled the smallest percentage of flights, has the best safety record, the lowest workforce turnover rate in the industry, and the best labor relations despite the fact that at 85% it is the most unionized. Many attribute the success of Southwest Airlines to the close, positive working relationship it maintains with its employees and, by extension, its unions.
A good suggestion for understanding Southwest Airlines' commitment to its employees is to read our mission statement. It says that our employees will be provided the same concern, respect, and caring attitude that they are expected to provide to every external customer.
Southwest stands out not only in the airline industry, but across all industries as an example of how labor and management can work together to achieve extraordinary results. Unfortunately, over the last 2 centuries in the U.S., for many labor organizations, this has been the exception rather than the rule. Formed initially to protect workers from intolerable work conditions, unions have historically helped employees gain specific workplace rights and benefits. Since the first labor union fell from power during the Haymarket Square Riot of 1869, many laws have been enacted leading to improvements in minimum wage, overtime, workers' comp, severance pay, child labor laws, and job safety. You've probably heard the name AFL-CIO. It stands for American Federation of Labor and Congress of Industrial Organizations. Originally 2 separate unions, they merged following the passage of the 1947 Taft-Hartley Act, which, among other things, outlawed the closed-shop agreements of the Wagner Act and gave power to the states for passage of right-to-work laws. Today, there are 68 national and international unions under this combined banner. One of the basic tools used in labor relations is the Negotiated Labor Management Agreement, better known as the labor contract. It sets the tone and clarifies the terms and conditions under which management and labor will function over a set agreed-upon period. However, just having a contract doesn't solve all problems. People can interpret things differently. If an employee has an issue, he or she files a grievance. Now, this doesn't mean the contract is broken. The vast majority are handled by the union rep or shop steward or immediate supervisor. If not settled at this level, the next step would be formal grievance procedures. Often, at this point, mediators are brought in. Mediators can only make suggestions, not decisions. Arbitration is similar, except that both parties agree that the arbitrator's decision will be binding. There are several tactics that are used in labor and management conflicts. Unions have the option to picket or go on strike. However, certain groups, such as doctors, police, and postal workers, are not allowed to go on strike. Options available to management include lockouts and the hiring of scabs or temporary workers. The 1990s saw unions decrease in membership due to global competition, shifts to service and high-tech industry, the growth of part-time workers, and changes in management philosophies. So at this point, we understand the history of labor and management, and we understand how they interact. What we don't understand is why has Southwest been so uniquely successful? We found part of the answer to that question at the Southwest University for People.
Seriousness we've seen in other activities where either this person or this person finally got frustrated and either threw it at the guy over here because they were so jealous that he was getting feedback, or they've gone like this and thrown it behind their heads at their own team members.
We offer a number of different courses for our employees at Southwest. Every employee who's hired comes to the university for a new hire training course to help folks understand where we've been as a company, where we are now, and the importance that they are playing in the future of Southwest.
After all, we're talking about the airline industry, which has witnessed over 100 bankruptcies since 1978. A quick visit to the university's airline graveyard helps Southwest employees to keep this in mind.
We bring our new employees here to take a look at some of the former airlines that are not with us any longer. These typically were very effective, very large, very profitable airlines, and so this is very humbling for us to recognize.
In the United States, economic and social trends have caused labor objectives to change. Whereas wage increases and work conditions were the primary focus in previous decades, many unions have turned their attention toward employee benefits and job security. With this in mind, Southwest works proactively to respond to the changing needs of their employees.
With over 35,000 employees, there are no doubt a number of issues going on, and as a company we have taken many steps to try to address some of the major life issues that just happen. We have resources for child care referrals and elderly care referrals. We also have a counseling service that, as an employee, if I would just like to talk to somebody confidentially, I have that opportunity to do so. We also have a catastrophic fund, and this fund is funded by employees for employees. So if someone ran into a serious financial situation, if they came down with an illness, or they just needed some additional help from the company, this fund is there to support you in your time of need.
The nature of Southwest employees' reaction demonstrates how positive management-labor relations can protect a company from the harsh reality of an economic downturn.
Obviously, September 11th created a number of challenges for our company, and it was an interesting time to be here because we were able to witness employees coming together and being creative and becoming warriors of this airline and of this industry to ensure that we didn't fail. We had employees that weren't busy in their jobs because we slowed down our hiring, and they went and worked in other departments, and they traveled to different stations to help with security checks, and they just asked, what can I do to help the airline?
This selflessness and can-do attitude is indicative of the attention and care that Southwest applies in areas of both hiring and training.
We believe in hiring for attitude and training for skill, and a skill can be trained. An attitude can't be trained, and leaders are encouraged to work with their employees to determine, where do you want to go? The sky's the limit, and I am here to ensure that you get there.
Does all of this seem too good to be true? Can a company avoid serious labor issues by following a particular management philosophy? After visiting Southwest Airlines, talking to workers, and observing hallway after hallway of employee photos and mementos, we believe the answer is yes. This is a company that truly loves its employees, and the employees love it back. A telling statistic? There are over 1,000 married couples at Southwest Airlines, including our host Elizabeth and her husband.
When I first started working here, he was working for another company and came home and said, you know, I need to be in a good mood like you are every single day after work. How the heck do I get a job with Southwest Airlines? And he did about 5 years ago, and so we are one of the 1,000 married couples at Southwest.
The airline that was built on love truly practices what it preaches.
Love me more, and love me warm. Kiss me straight.